I think you did say it.
I did?
I think so.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what I said? I don't.
Hello, welcome to Guide to the Unknown. I'm Kristen.
And I'm her little brother, William.
And it is another Most Haunted versus Most Haunted Smackdown.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Crusher.
We're going to take two places in America that say that they are the most haunted place in America, or other people say it about them.
Yes.
And pit them against each other to see which actually, for this episode, is the most haunted.
There can only be one.
That's right.
If something's the most haunted, it's the most haunted.
By definition.
And everyone else is licking their boots.
So yeah, we'll see what we got. I'm going to be talking about Hull House. William, what are you talking about?
I'm on the wrong page of my notes.
Perfect.
I'm going to be talking about the Joshua Ward House.
Okay, cool.
Yours already has a cooler name, Hull House.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Not just because it sounds like Hill House.
Yeah.
Shirley Jackson, but Hull.
Yes.
Hull, like the hull of a ship. It makes me think about mysteries lurking inside, demons walking around.
Totally.
Spooking people, scaring people.
I'm not so sure it's haunted, but yeah, I know. It does give off that sort of air.
Yeah.
It's got a great story, though.
I'm going to go ahead and say that this very episode might be the final most haunted battle.
I was about to bring up the very same. We touched on it before we started recording, and then we said, let's talk about it when we record. This was a tough one because we decided what we were going to, which houses we were going to do last week or whatever. And then when I actually started researching, originally I was going to be researching actually a place called Hill House. I don't even remember where it was now, to tell you the truth. Okay. And it had like no backstory. It was basically just like incredibly bare, and everything about it was just that like 8 different ghost shows had been to it or something. And that's just not particularly interesting to talk about. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll just find another place to do. And it was really hard to find somewhere that started as a house. There were haunted restaurants, there were haunted hotels or whatever. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I think we've covered already all the most haunted houses.
When it comes to literal most haunted houses.
Yes. But I will say, I think that that's kind of what's fun.
Yeah, it's fine. But as far as just this very
concept,
literal segment with like parameters,
yes,
I think we're kind of at the end.
I totally agree. I also had to pivot in my research because the source that Kristen and I used to find our most haunted houses turned out to be a load of crap. I went back and looked at it. It was from a website called Cotality, and their article was a 13-stop tour of some of the most haunted United States places. Mm-hmm. And then...
was that what it was called?
What?
A tour of the 13 most haunted United States places?
Yes, but then you and I picked houses from that list. But then when I was covering it, they had the house from the music video for Thriller.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's exciting.
That's right.
I was excited about that.
You were going to be doing that. It was the Sanderson house.
Yeah, Sanders' house. Yeah, the Sandersons are the sisters from Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, the Sanders house. And everyone says it's not haunted.
Oh, great.
Everyone says it's not haunted. Its claim to fame is that it's in Thriller.
I see.
And Teen Wolf. And 1 episode of Charmed.
Okay.
But it itself is not haunted. So I went back and looked at that list. I was like, why did this list said that these were the most haunted places.
Yeah.
So I went back and looked at the list. Mm-hmm. This is literally what they say at the top of the article. Quote, here's our take on locations and buildings that could or should be haunted places in the United States.
Oh, okay.
What the hell is a list of places that should be haunted?
Or could.
Like we wish they were haunted.
Yeah.
By which we mean they're not.
Oh, man.
So then I looked at
someone was phoning it in.
It turns out that list of haunted places, and this is maybe speaks more to us as researchers.
I know, we didn't.
No,
right.
I just wanted a haunted house. I just wanted to get the ball rolling.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Cotality, when you look at their website, it's like, we offer innovative solutions and data revival.
I see.
I was like, what? What is this?
It's like that internet provider website that is actually the basis for that study that says that, what's that movie, Sinister or whatever it is?
Is the scariest movie of all time, and it turns out that the person who's making that evaluation is like
It's like fiber optics network.
Yeah, it's
or
like
something.
it's nonsense.
What's that movie? It's not Sinister, is it?
Yeah, it's Sinister.
It is,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
But so cotality has something to do with real estate in some capacity, though it was so buried in jargon I couldn't figure it out in buzzwords. So that was busted.
Okay.
So you and I both had to scramble to find a different most haunted house.
Yeah.
However,
whatever, we got
I did
them.
find a pretty cool one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
All right, so you know what? Let's talk about them. But first, we got to take a little commercial break. So here it is. Hold on a sec. Okay,
and we're back. I want to point this out. I enjoy this. The last time that we did this like haunted house battle, was episode 379. Yep. And now also you can go to scaryfun.fun and then type in /most haunted and you'll get all of these episodes.
Yes.
We also just have a pure haunted, but that is like all kinds of hauntings and stuff. But
okay, yeah.
Most haunted is this batch of episodes.
Wonderful.
I also think that there could be potential in then taking all of our most haunted houses and creating like a sports bracket.
I know.
And then voting us, you and me, and perhaps also the listeners to knock them out one by one until we just have what Guide to the Unknown has decided is truly the most haunted.
I think there's been some talk of that in the Discord.
I think that could be kind of fun. So let's earmark that for a future date. But I think for right now, this will be the end of the house portion.
I think so. I mean,
I wonder if we'll get into like haunted hotels.
Right. We'll obviously still talk about haunted places.
Oh my God,
as far as like the most haunted house in America, I think this is the end of the road.
Yes, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. It is just a nice springboard to talk about haunted spots, though.
Totally.
It's just everything's just an excuse.
We'll still just cover haunted.
Talk about ghosts and things.
I don't even know if it needs to be verses because it's a little complicated.
I agree.
To find out what is worthy of like equal ground. But it's been fun.
Yes, it has been fun.
Yes.
All right, I'd like to hear yours first.
Okay, sure.
Hull House.
Yes, let's talk about Hull House. All right, so this is a place that's just outside of Chicago. It was built in 1856 as a summer house for real estate guy Charles Hull. It seems to be humongous. It's crazy to me that this is somebody's just like summer pied-à-terre.
Which means that it's for 3 months?
Yeah, some people are just super rich. So whatever.
I would find that stressful.
Me too, that you have a whole second location that's just sitting there.
Where is am I bringing along everything? Did I forget anything at main house? Do I have the clothes that I like there?
Right.
Have I gotten fatter in the years since I was last there and now that wardrobe is out of size, out of my range. That would stress me out so bad. I guess in 1860 whatever.
Yeah, 56.
56. You don't have to worry about being like, oh shit, I left my Steam Deck at home.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
No Steam Deck.
I guess you left your hoop and stick.
Yeah, I left my favorite favorite stick. All I have is hoop.
Yeah. Yeah, you left the ball for your Jacks game.
Yeah. I was thinking you were going to say that cup. Cup and then a ball and a string.
Well, they're attached.
Oh, you're right.
So that's not so bad.
You never forget those.
Yeah, you're all set. But now today, it's an art museum known as the Jane Addams Hull House, which I will explain in just a second who Jane Addams is. But one of the arts it excels in is the art of the haunt.
Oh.
Not at all just off the bat to look at. It is just it's just like an art museum. It's not necessarily a place that like is really capitalizing on the fact that it's supposed to be haunted. It looks like they do have events in October that like look at the lore of Hull House, because kind of how can you not, given its history that I'll talk about. But it's not like they have like a literal haunted house there, like some of the other most haunted houses that we've talked about before. So it's called the Jane Addams Hull House because after being a private residence for that Hull family, it was essentially turned into an apartment building where writer Jane Addams lived. And then she eventually took it on, I guess owned the whole thing, and co-founded a settlement there with an activist named Ellen Gates Starr. So a settlement was basically a refuge for people to live in who didn't have a lot of money. And there were resources like daycare, classes for adults, clubs. It honestly seems awesome. Just like a community resource for people. Like a
nice.
YMCA you could live in.
That's good. There's like an old schoolhouse in this town that I feel like was converted into apartments, and I don't think it's quite the same thing. But I like that sort of like repurposing of a building.
Yeah, totally.
That's neat. That's cool.
Very, very cool. But back to death and ghosts and stuff. But that's why it's now known as Jane Addams' Hull House. There have actually only been 2 deaths on the property. The first one was Millicent Hull, Charles Hull's wife, who died of an illness in her room in 1860, just 4 years after the house was built. And that's why the family moved out of there and they didn't actually live there for that long. It just didn't really feel like a home anymore. And then it was turned into those apartments.
Yeah.
And then the other one was a few years later in 1903, when a woman named Irene Donner was shot by her former fiance outside the house.
Oh, God.
And I was shocked not to be able to find more information about this. It seems like there obviously must be some story there. And I was assuming when I first read that anecdote that this must play into the legend of Hull House quite a bit. But there's really nothing about it on the internet that I could find. It's
weird.
like mentioned in the article about haunted history on the Hull House site. And besides that, I could only find a police report about it on a college website.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah.
What year was that?
1903.
Yeah,
Not
we're
even
still well,
it's a long time ago, but I don't know. We have learned about all kinds of insane stories and known the nitty gritty on them. I'm surprised that something that's as salacious on the surface as a woman being shot by her former fiance, that we don't have more to the story on that.
Yeah. It 1903 in part makes me think of it's like the tail end of the Wild West or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're I don't know. Where is Hull House?
Chicago.
Oh. Well, Chicago was also crime town.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe they were just we're used to it.
I guess so. Yeah. I was surprised.
Another day in the Bean City.
I guess so. So anyway, wowee, what did I write? Anyway, the dearth of deaths certainly hasn't dinged the place in the ghost department.
Uh-oh. Gene
Yikes.
Shallot's possessing you now.
Oh my God, that is very Gene Shalit. Wow.
The dearth of deaths hasn't dinged
the place. Yowie. So after that family moved out, Charles and Millicent's daughter started renting out the rooms of the building, and that's how Jane Addams entered the picture, living there, and eventually taking on the building as her own, creating that settlement. But at first, when she was just moved in there as a normal tenant, the other people who lived there told her about the White Lady. So classic ghost stuff going on, who they assumed to be Millicent, the woman who had lived there. Yes.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about somebody being have you guys seen the White Lady?
Yeah.
Right? And it's scary, and then it turns out it's you.
Oh, me, because I'm so pale.
Very pale. You take care of your skin very well.
No, I don't. I just don't go in the sun. I do nothing to my skin.
I don't know. Well, that's part of taking care of it, I guess.
I guess that's true. I guess I don't wear foundation or anything.
Yeah.
So, well, that just reminded me of when.
Oh my God! I saw this ghastly white figure walk past the window of that house.
Just me. That just reminded me of when I'm going to tell this in
visage.
I'm going to tell this in the quickest way possible, but it does kind of apply. Longtime listeners have probably heard the story of when I was walking with my dog, and this turns out absolutely fine, by the way. You're gonna get
this was awesome.
You're gonna get a jolt, and believe me, you're like, how's this apply? It does apply. I was walking with my dog, and we found on the ground an umbilical cord.
Yes.
And so I'm obviously, there's more to the story, but I called the police. They came. It's a whole investigation. But at one point during it, they were talking to me, and they said they were going on the theory that there must have been a pregnant woman who lived in my apartment complex or whatever. And they said to me, have you seen anybody who looks a little bit heavy? Maybe they're looking pale. Maybe they're not looking well. And I was like, you mean me? I didn't say it because I was like, I know this is serious.
That's so funny.
But the guy was wearing a body cam. And I wonder if you look at that camera, if you can see a twinkle in my eye and holding in laughter.
Can we petition to have that footage released? If you're talking to the police,
because I was instantly like, "You're describing me, sir."
That's like whenever there's a newscaster that puts up witnesses say the man looked like this, and it looks like the newscaster. Oh no!
Totally.
Hit him.
Him. I'll tell you why it was fine. It was a neighbor of mine who gave birth in a hospital. She and the baby were fine. She asked her mother-in-law to bring home the placenta for her, as people do often. The mother-in-law thought it was hooey and just tossed it on the top of the dumpster.
That's so
And animals
crazy.
like spread it around.
Animals did what animals do.
Yes. It was obviously a hole to do that way. It's a longer story, but that's
so crazy to
it was crazy.
And then you come along.
Here goes me recognizing an umbilical cord as I got that mother-in-law in trouble. I guess they would have figured it out anyway.
Yes.
So anyway, the tenants are telling Jane Addams about the white lady who lives there. And I scrolled down by accident. I'm sorry. The white lady, who they assumed to be Millicent, and they said that she occupied the attic of the apartment building, but wandered the halls at night and seemed to be trying to make her way to her former bedroom. But I guess they were hearing noise in the attic most of the time, but at nighttime they were hearing noise and they were like, oh, Millicent is going to her bedroom. I don't know.
I like that though, because
it gets better.
Okay.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Well, I just like I don't know why she's in the attic by day.
I don't know.
Like if we could take everything at face value, like
yes.
let's assume that like what they're hearing and interpreting is correct.
Mm-hmm.
She stays in the attic by day, comes out at night, which is very ghosty.
Yeah.
Scary stuff happens at night stuff. Mm-hmm. And then she's trying to find her room.
Yeah.
Is that sort of residual haunting kind of notion mixed now with a ghost who's got this routine? Every night I come down and try to find my room, but nothing looks right. This place is different.
Right.
But can't figure out what that would imply.
Totally. Like there's somebody in my room, potentially if there are tenants there. So totally like a confusion, whatever.
Which is scary.
Very. So the tenants started leaving a pitcher full of water on the attic stairs to deter her from coming down because of an old superstition about ghosts not being able to cross running water.
Water.
Exactly. So that water isn't running, obviously, but I guess they were like, well, this will make do. We can't have running water down the stairs. So,
It wet.
Yeah. Better than nothing,
I guess.
I suppose. But I thought that was interesting. I like that. I even just like the visual of somebody making sure that like the pitcher of water is just always there or whatever.
Jack, my son, he's almost one. Mm-hmm. He's cruising.
Yeah.
He's not fully walking and balanced and everything, but he keeps trying to climb on the couch.
Yeah.
So I've just been putting stuff in his way, sort of as like a training. He loves this.
Yeah.
He like has to like clatter over these obstacles and stuff. But like sometimes he'll just pace back and forth, almost like a cat, or something. Just because there's like I put like one of Zoe's dollhouses on the table or something. Picturing the ghost at the top of the stairs, just like there's one little pitcher of water, and it like can't figure out the right angle, to get around it. I don't know.
Or is it just going right through it?
Well, that's what I would absolutely think.
We've learned from TV and movies that they can just barrel through.
Put down a line of salt.
That's not their bag here.
Is there anything about, do you think at least, about like constructing your house and then having a line of salt that is then, then
like
sort of like,
in.
Baked in.
Yeah.
You know
I think
what
that's an awesome idea.
Right. So that every room is sort of cordoned off spiritually from each other.
I love that. That's like the idea of like people burying like St. Christopher medals or whatever in their yard to be protective.
Yes.
Same kind of principle. I like that.
Yeah.
Why don't I do that?
We also have, I think they also have this in the city. I think it's called an eruv.
Okay.
Do you know what this is?
No.
It's a line. It's in the park over here. It's like literally a wire line that works around a perimeter and has something to do. I'm going to sound like a total dummy. I just don't know these things.
Is it a Jewish thing?
Yeah, it's a Jewish thing. So it's like if you have the eruv around your area, it is some sort of like it's a blessing of some sort.
Oh, that's
something
cool.
for like a particular area.
It's at the park here?
Yeah.
I can't picture that at all.
I think I'm right about. I don't know enough about Judaism.
Yeah.
ERUV, I think, is what it is. So some sort of a border.
That makes sense. I guess it's also kind of like the concept of like a mezuzah on
there you go,
doorways or whatever.
Yes. I don't know if it does the same thing, but same concept. But
That's cool. I actually love that. I love the concept of a mezuzah. I think it's so cool.
Well, I don't know what it is.
I think it's just a protective thing. Like when you walk into the house, like this is like a kind of like a safe space.
Yeah, we didn't have that in Christianity or Catholicism or whatever.
There is like a
well, we have a lot. but nothing that like
There's plenty.
Yeah.
There is, I think it's more of a pagan thing because I know I've thought about buying this, but I just never have. It's a Bridget's cross or St. Bridget's cross, and it's like kind of the same concept. It's like
what is just like similar to
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me just I'm curious.
I guess honestly, having the cross everywhere is like kind of the same
Yeah.
concept.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's supposed to be like a blessing thing. So yeah. An eruv, I was right about the spelling, ERUV. A symbolic enclosure often made from wire or string that creates a boundary around a Jewish community to permit the carrying of items on the Sabbath. Oh, so it's like a specific thing for Saturdays.
I cannot believe I didn't know that. This is a primarily Jewish community, and like I lived here for a long time too. I did not know this.
Yeah, and I think there's one in New York, the Manhattan Eruv. Yeah, so that's interesting. A fishing line encircles Manhattan, protecting the sanctity of the Sabbath. Yeah, and I think it's just a symbolic thing. I mean, if you have faith in these things,
totally.
It obviously has an implication.
That is really cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know. No, I just think things like that are cool, even if I don't like.
It's like an invisible thing that's around you all the time.
It's so neat. I also just
Symbology
can't believe I
for different folks.
Never ever noticed that. I'm such a dumbass.
I wasn't saying about you being a dumbass. I was saying it about, although, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Of course.
I also still agree.
No, I know. Yeah. We got, okay.
Sorry, I know. I'm
I love
tangents the show. Sorry.
No, that's what it's a conversation.
You're right.
No, I learned something new. I didn't know about that. That's cool. So, all right. So that was one thing. The white lady or whatever, but here's like the big mama of Hull House that really
Big Mama's house, Martin Lawrence.
Ironically, it does have to do with a mama.
Okay, all right.
But
doesn't sound ironic when she's called Big Mama.
It's the product of the mama.
Okay.
And it is really what I saw that made me want to do Hull House. I was like, excuse me, this is the devil baby.
Whoa.
This was like a phenomenon that hit Hull House. And this is so weird.
Hell yeah.
So apparently one morning in the spring of 1913, so this is years after it became a settlement, for disadvantaged people to live in. It's been going on for a long time or whatever. But just out of the blue, 6 women showed up on the door of Hull House, all worked up, demanding to see the devil baby. And people were like, what are you talking about? And the women were like, no. Excuse me. We know that last night a woman gave birth to a baby with cloven hooves, pointed ears, and a tail, and that he could speak right away. And not only that, but his speech was profane. And we know that the baby was taken here to Hull House because it's like a known thing that you guys take everybody in. And so I know the devil baby is here. And so like the workers of Hull House are like, what are you talking about? There is no devil baby here. That is not a thing at all.
Wow.
And so
they're like the 3 wise men.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. But the
they
6
just
random
followed
women.
the North Star or whatever. The 6 random women.
Yep. The North Star being the devil baby.
I love the devil baby being born and immediately being able to talk, but also being profane. Like it was born and just went, fuck.
Totally.
Shit.
Crazy.
Caca. Cocky duty. My God, it's a devil baby.
So apparently, these were not the only women who did this. All these people were showing up at Hull House over a course of 6 weeks.
Whoa.
This was like an exploding thing to come see the devil baby. And it ended up being documented in a book by Jane Addams called The Devil Baby at Hull House that she wrote 3 years later in 1916. And she said that there were a lot of little variations on the story between all the people who would show up at like all hours of the day and night demanding to see the devil baby. All these poor workers are just like, there's no devil baby here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's part of the cover-up.
Well, oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, what else are they going to say? They're going to say, yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
Come see our profane baby.
Right.
No, they're going to say no.
I'm telling you, there's no baby here.
Yeah.
Let him in, bitch. Yeah. Ignore that. That's my uncle. Yeah. Where's my stogie?
God. I pictured the baby with a stogie.
Yep.
Yeah. So there were all these little variations, but there were two main cultural tellings that she saw that stood out. There was an Italian version and a Jewish version, and those had the most distinct differences. So the first group of women who showed up, those first 6 women, were Italian, and they heard that the whole thing happened because the mother of the devil baby, a Catholic woman, was married to an atheist, the father of the baby. She put a religious painting on the wall of their home, and he said he'd rather have a devil in the house than that kind of painting on the wall. And I guess that the devil heard that somewhere and he said, sounds good to me, and made it so. And so when their baby was born, it was a devil. And then the variation of this story, a variation of this story told in Jane Addams' book said that the kind people at Hull House took that baby to the church to get baptized, but when they unwrapped his blanket, he wasn't there, and he was running away across the backs of the pews.
No.
Yes. This is the Italian version of the devil baby story.
Ooh,
or one of them.
Awesome.
Isn't that awesome that you're like, sure, baby, I'm going to put the water on your head now. And you unwrap, no baby. And it's like, ha, F you bitches, like running. Yeah.
Little tiny footsteps.
Yep.
That's insane.
Awesome.
You wouldn't notice that you were holding empty blankets?
Not in this story.
Oh my God.
Nope. The Jewish version of the story follows the same sort of beats, but it's that the mother was pregnant with her 7th child, the previous 6 all being girls, and the father said he'd rather have a devil than another girl. And then out comes the devil baby, and they bring it to Hull House.
I mean, it's very weird.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's obviously it's the same story as the Jersey Devil.
Yes.
Mother leads saying, let my 13th child be a devil or whatever. It's like
we talk about, by the way, if you want to hear all about the Jersey Devil, we talk about that in episode 50, the Jersey Devil and Ghosts.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I would go so far as to say this is maybe like the same story.
Yeah, a commonality was observed, which is that all versions of the devil baby story was husbands being intolerant, and there being some sort of supernatural fallout from that. All the devil baby things was a husband for some reason being like, I'd rather have a devil than yada yada yada, and then they have a devil.
He sounds like a real treat.
Yeah, totally.
Why don't you go get some deep dish and relax? All right,
that's right. You're in its home.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Bunch of babies. So it sounds like this was just a full-blown craze with people lined up on the streets sometimes to see the devil baby, offering money to the employees to be able to see it. Just devil baby fever.
Oh, I would whip up a devil baby so fast.
Oh yeah, why not? Just like tape construction paper horns to its head and just show them.
$20. I'll let you see the devil baby.
Sure.
Yep.
Of course, there wasn't a devil baby. There wasn't even a baby at Hull House with physical differences or anything that would have sparked rumors. Like, it's just completely out of nowhere. They were just sort of baffled as to how this happened. It is a total mystery. But it is interesting to note that this was only a few years after the story of the Jersey Devil became such a thing in 1909.
Oh, that's interesting.
1909 Jersey Devil, 1913 Devil Baby.
Someone just moved from New Jersey to Chicago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
told the story and it literally was like transmuted there. Mm-hmm. I also wonder, I don't want to get too much into this, but like the idea of like having a house that's kind of like a sanctuary.
Yeah.
Like anybody is allowed.
Yeah.
Then people interpret that from the kindness and human decency to being like, well, if anyone's allowed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who is the kind of person that would need a sanctuary? A devil baby.
A devil baby.
Right. It's just people
think
demonizing.
That's perfectly possible.
Yeah, folks who are in need of care.
Yeah.
And help and sanctuary.
Uh-huh.
We collectively as a people don't seem to like people who need help.
No.
We don't like that.
No, definitely not into it. Definitely into othering them. I think that's a good theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that combined with the Jersey Devil story, I bet that got in somebody's ear. There's a little bit of, there's like, oh, there's this place nearby where they help disenfranchised people. We don't like them, and just kind of like mushed it together.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. So Jane Addams, I mean, understandably, was fascinated by the whole thing. Obviously writing that book, but also writing articles about it in several magazines and journals, analyzing the whole thing. And it really just, there was the initial sort of boom of it happening. But really the story has kind of lived on because of her writing about it and just being like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
And it's a big part of the Jane Addams Hull House history, the devil baby thing.
That's interesting.
So weird.
Yeah. Dog meat baby.
Dog meat baby. Yep. Got classic. So
Are we allowed to talk about that?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't know.
We know someone who referred to kids as dog meat babies if they didn't like the kids.
So,
I won't get into it more than that. Yeah. Without someone's blessing.
Sure. Anyway. So there were a couple of other hauntings. That was really the main one. But eventually Hull House expanded to 13 buildings, and 2 of them are said to have some activity today. Now, the sources for this were like extremely vague. It was like an employee is said to have blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I don't know. But there's said to be some stuff going on in the museum itself, which is the original, it's the former original settlement house, and the former residence dining hall next door, which is now used as an office space and common area for the museum staff. So supposedly one staff member greets the ghosts on arrival each day, which I love. I feel like I might do the same if I was working somewhere that's supposed to be haunted.
You absolutely would.
Yeah, why not?
Good morning.
Yeah.
I love you.
Good morning, ghosts. I love you. Good old ghosts. Oh, here, and there's another thing that I was like, oh, I really relate to this. Maybe it's the same employee and this person and I are just kindred spirits. So there's also a bunch of good old ghosty stuff that's supposed to happen there, like doors slamming on their own. People said that they've heard the sound of someone rifling through the pantry when no one is there. That's not what the thing is.
Someone's there, all right.
This is what the thing is. And one employee was locked in the kitchen 3 times by a self-locking door. That's what I feel like I could accidentally get locked in the kitchen.
No, there's nothing accidental about it. Darned lock must have latched itself again.
I better eat all the food in here before it goes bad. Who knows when I'm getting out?
I was trapped in here with all the Hydrox. What else was I supposed to do? I don't know that I've ever had Hydrox. Hydrox is the original Oreo.
Well, and it's the one that has like one half is like vanilla cookie and one half is the.
Oh, really?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Those idiots.
No wonder I don't care for like a golden Oreo kind of thing. Vienna fingers.
I do love Vienna fingers.
I don't like them.
I like them.
They just taste like sweet to me. They have no flavor, but like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just you eating a Vienna finger. Yeah.
It's just too much. People have taken photos where they say that ghostly images are present, but apparently the staff is very skeptical about that.
Sure.
In the museum itself, people have randomly said they've seen monks in and around the mansion. Those aren't really part of the actual history of Hull House. Like, I don't think it was like a hot spot for monks, but whatever. And as well as having heard ghost children running along upstairs in the hallway or out in the courtyard, with some giving them the nickname the Fountain Girls, which is a cool nickname.
Sure.
But those girls ought to be careful because there's a circular concrete slab out in the courtyard that used to be a fountain that some say is a portal to hell.
Oh, wow.
So those fountain girls should stay well away.
This place has it all.
It really does. It's jam-packed. Of course, some also say there's another ghostly resident still spotted today. If you're lucky, you might catch the fiendish little face of the devil baby in one of the upstairs windows.
Oh. So wait, is he dead?
The devil baby?
Yeah.
I guess because he's a devil, he's like immortal.
Oh, so he's just there. So he's alive?
I mean, who knows?
He never left?
I don't think he ever left.
I thought the point of the devil baby was that he was born a devil and they wanted to stop it.
He remains a devil.
You wouldn't want it to grow up. Are they seeing a baby?
I think so. I think people are seeing a baby. Yeah. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, good question. Is it that he like somehow died a devil baby and so it's the devil baby's ghost? Or is he just a devil baby up there for all time?
Yeah, if you're born a devil baby, do you not age?
Right, because you're just like, oh, I'm the devil and I'm in this form.
Yeah.
Like it's actually the devil and he just happened to come through in the form of a baby. And so now he's just stuck as a baby? I don't know.
That sucks.
Yeah, that does. Why would he choose that?
Why would you choose to be a baby for all time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't do anything.
Don't have a lot of access. Or do you have all the access in the... Well, he talks.
Shit.
He talks.
He is
Do you have
very
all the
profane.
access in the world? Because you can probably like manipulate some lady who's scared of you because you're supernatural and stuff. So it's like, oh my God, okay, who knows what kind of power you have? I'll do your bidding. But then you can be like, oh, look, he's so cute. Coochie, coochie, coo. So he can get, close to people and do stuff or whatever.
Still feels very, very limited. If you're dependent, dependent on conning the elderly.
I'm quite literally being the devil's advocate right now.
I know. I'm just trying to figure it out. How can you look up at the house and be like, I think I see the devil baby?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, well, so he's a baby for all time in that house? Maybe the 6 women in 1915 or 16 or whatever successfully stopped the devil baby back then, right? And now he's a ghost
Why
devil baby.
Why haven't they told us about it?
I don't know. I just don't know why the devil baby's still there.
I don't know either. Maybe we could make the outrageous leap to say that he's not.
Yeah, I would go so far as to say that this is nonsense, but it's amusing.
But just fun, yeah.
So the devil baby would be 100 and...
Yeah, it was 1913 when the devil baby was born.
So that's like
112.
112 years old?
Yeah.
You didn't make it?
Nah, I don't think so.
Someone was the devil baby.
Yeah.
As an adult.
Yeah.
I'm a reformed devil baby. I used to be a devil baby, and now I'm a devil man.
Yeah, I guess. I think the devil baby is just frozen in time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Hull House, I like it. Certainly jammed a lot in there.
Oh, yeah, monks, children.
Just a throwaway mention of a portal to hell.
Oh, I know. There's nothing more about that whatsoever.
Well, that's where the devil baby came from, or went.
That's true.
The portal.
Comes and goes. Maybe that's why it stays in baby form, because it's never really giving itself the chance to age on our plane.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll do her.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you about the Sanders house.
Okay, great.
After we first tell our listening or viewing audience about patreon.com/GTTUpod, which is the singular best way to support us and the goofball shenanigans we get into here on the show. Not only does it support us, if you start to sign up at the Ghost, Banshee, or Demon tier, you begin to get access to a second podcast that's exclusive to Patreon, The Netherworld Dispatch.
Oh, yeah. It comes out every single Monday, so then you get to begin and end your week with us. What a treat.
Oh, a delight for the senses. What else could be delighted but the senses?
That's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much nothing else.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
A feast, but not for the senses.
No.
Right? What is that?
I don't know.
Wouldn't be anything.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I guess the mind.
The sense of thought?
I'm about to say, yes, your thoughts can be stimulated. You know what I mean? So I guess that.
I guess that's weird, though. Anyway.
I guess it's weird to say that.
Kind of
we'll
weird.
Stimulate your thoughts. Like, ew.
Ew. Get out of my brain,
Yeah.
creep.
Nobody wants to hear it.
No. The most recent episode of The Netherworld Dispatch is episode 231, where we reviewed The Conjuring Last Rites.
Yeah.
That is the 4th official Conjuring movie, but like the 9th Conjuring universe movie.
Yes. And you know what? I've been thinking about that movie more. I like it more when I think about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just like think about them like playing ping pong or whatever. And I'm like, I like to look at that.
I know. If it were like a TV show, like I could handle.
Well, it's gotta be.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I could handle a subplot where it's like, can Ed Warren defeat Tony Sparrow
Yeah.
at ping pong before his heart gives out?
Yeah.
Those are the kind of stakes I could handle.
No, watching it during the movie, I was like, what is this scary movie I'm watching? But now when I think about it, I'm like, that was fun.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Go hear our full thoughts. They're sitting there waiting for you alongside access to our Discord.
Yep.
Where you can chat with other like-minded individuals who enjoy Guide to the Unknown. Full forum at your disposal.
Ad-free Guide to the Unknown. You get all of these just regular episodes with no commercials. None of us doing this spiel. Just total regular show.
Hell yeah. And commentary tracks. I would love to get that Blair Witch commentary track done by the end of the year, perhaps.
Yep.
Perhaps. No promises. And there you go. Patreon.com/GTTUpod. Also of note, as we're recording today, there's a brand new episode of Dead Time.
Yes, this is a monthly show that I do with Liz Sauer of Ghosts in the Burbs, where we review, recap different paranormal reality shows. And this month we talked about an episode of Expedition X with Josh Gates, which was just like, easy viewing. Just going to a haunted lake, investigating it, checking it out, not screaming at anybody. You're not concerned about somebody being taken advantage of. It was a breeze.
Yeah. When you especially put it that way, yeah, there's a lot in the ghost realm.
Yeah, it was by design.
Dicey.
We were like, let's watch something that's going to be a little bit of a palate cleanser.
Yeah, no, it was a wonderful episode.
Yeah.
Loved it. Dead time. Mm-hmm. Also, last week we had shouted out T.T. Madden's new book, Gorman's House. I'm enjoying doing these like friends of the show.
Yeah, it's nice.
Shout outs.
Yeah.
So Liz Sauer has a fantastic book, Cul-de-sac.
Yep.
The Cul-de-sac, which is out now.
It is great.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
And we love reading reviews here. I've got a lovely one from friend of the show, stalwart supporter, Lady Meldar.
Oh, amazing.
We see you, Lady Meldar.
Thank you, Lady Meldar. I know exactly who that is.
Silly and informative. An eclectic mix of paranormal, horror, and other spooky shit.
Hell yeah.
Keeps me coming back each week. Some episodes I could listen to multiple times. And do! Kristen and Will seem like genuinely good folks. I appreciate the respect they have for their fan base and the world around them. Keep up the good work. 5 stars.
Aw, thank you so much. That is so nice.
Thank you, Lady Meldar.
Yes, Lady Meldar has listened to us for a long time. They're in our Discord that you get when you join our Patreon, whatever. Just thank you very much is basically what I'm saying.
In the live chat as we record right this second.
Yeah,
Shout out Lady Meldar.
Yep. We record weekly on youtube.com/GTTUpod at around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're ever interested in joining us.
Yep.
So anyway, thank you so much for that review. If you would like to leave us a review, you can leave us a written one like that on Apple Podcasts. You can leave us a starred review on Spotify or other podcast apps, and we super appreciate it. Anything you can do to help support the show, like reviews like that, like tagging us on Instagram or any other social media, just telling a friend about the show, we are really grateful for. So thank you everybody who does that already. We see you and we appreciate you.
We see you.
Do.
We can see you right now.
Yeah, we do. What are you doing?
Ew.
Oh my God. Get that looked at. Anyway, we're going to do one more commercial and then we are going to be back with Will's haunted house. So hang on. Okay. Do tell.
I think I said the Sanders house, but that was the one that I abandoned. That was the Thriller house.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually going to tell you, Kristen, about the Joshua Ward house.
Ooh, I think you did say it.
I did?
I think so.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what I said? I don't.
Yeah.
This is said to be the most haunted house in Salem.
Okay, cool.
Salem, Massachusetts.
Great.
Which was getting me...
Heard of it?
Ever heard of it? It got me in a fantastically creepy vibe.
Yeah.
I just love Salem. We talked about the Salem witch trials themselves in episode 396. Mm-hmm. So this is sort of going to give a particular vantage point of a house in that community. And a lot of the haunting is rooted in the events of the Salem witch trial. So I got a lot of this info from SalemWitchMuseum.com.
It's a great website. I used that, I remember, for that Salem Witch episode.
Fantastic. Yeah. We're going to have all of our sources in the show notes. And so this house, it has 2 different names. So it's called the Joshua Ward house because it's like the more modern resident, I guess, or like the rebuilding or whatever. But the actual underlying structure is the George Corwin house.
Okay.
So sometimes it goes by both names. They'll call it like the George Corwin / Joshua Ward house. Big mouthful.
Yeah.
Joshua Ward seems beside the point entirely.
Oh, okay.
Especially because of who George Corwin was.
Yeah.
He was the sheriff, the high sheriff, during the witchcraft trials of 1692.
Sheriff?
I know, what
that
the hell is a
old.
high sheriff?
Yeah.
There's something higher than sheriff and it's high sheriff?
Right, okay.
I don't know.
I'll just accept it.
Do you know how old the high sheriff was in 1692 that presided over all of the executions and trials?
Well, at first I was going to say crazy old, but then I remember they didn't live to be that old. So was he crazy young? Was he like 19?
Not 19, but he was still too damn young.
Yeah.
He was 25.
Okay. Yeah, right? That's the high sheriff.
That's the high sheriff.
Oh my God. He only got able to rent a car.
I know.
Then?
Yeah, he was putting around.
Yeah.
Putting around in a PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
1692.
Do you remember I had to rent a PT Cruiser for a really long time at one point?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I thought about this recently. There was I had to like drive a PT Cruiser for like 2 months.
Cool story.
Isn't that weird?
That's tight. That's rad. Was there something
cool story.
notable about it? Or?
I don't know. Somebody was talking about how dorky PT Cruisers are and something I was like listening to. And I was like, oh, I remember I was rocking a PT Cruiser for quite a while.
I was a loser for 2 months 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So 25-year-old George Corwin was the high sheriff. This important position, there's a quote, may have been obtained through nepotism. He was the nephew of both Judge Jonathan Corwin and Judge Waite Winthrop, as well as the son-in-law of Judge Bartholomew Gedney.
Wow.
Judge Much.
I gotta say, those were some tongue twister names.
Holy guacamole.
Wow.
How many judges you need?
Yes, seriously. That your whole family is judges?
I guess when you're doing like 200 witch trials,
oh my.
they gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're judging it up.
Oh my God.
Sheriff Corwin escorted the condemned by cart from prison to the execution site at Proctor's Ledge on Gallows Hill.
Damn. That's just a mouthful of cool sounding things.
Gallows
Even though I know it's terrible.
I know. Even saying that he took them by cart.
I know.
It's 1692. This is a big wooden wheelbarrow,
Yep.
I'm imagining. Which also harkens back to the Blair Witch.
Yeah.
There's that one of those like old woodcut illustrations of bringing Ellie Kedward out into the woods to abandon her. She's tied to a cart. I never knew that may have been rooted in the real life history of the Salem witch trials, which makes a lot of sense, obviously. Yeah. So, as required by law, High Sheriff Corwin would also confiscate the property of condemned prisoners. Not land, but belongings, such as, and these are all quotes, livestock, hay, apples and corn.
So by confiscate, do you mean eat?
I know. When you get down to apples and corn, we're not being serious anymore.
Yeah.
I know. You really, like, you're like, all right, I took all your livestock. I got all your horses. I got all your cattle. What you got in apples?
Right. This is some bullshit.
I got my money tied up in corn right now, High Sheriff. Fork it over.
Bring Sheriff.
Bring it. I want some ears.
Come on.
All right, lend me your ears.
Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
It's not lending at that point.
No, it's keeping. And household goods such as kettles, pewter, furniture, and jewelry. And then, I just wrote down.
Sucks.
How many apples would they take?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you go into the house and there's just like a couple of apples on the table, or you being like, well, I got to dot the I's and cross the T's. I'm taking these 2 apples.
Yeah, totally.
Or did people have like whole bushels of apples?
Right.
Like, this was a resource. I
feel like they had bushels.
Did they like not have money in 1692?
Yeah, they traded apples. Probably.
I'll give you this apple if you give me that, and then you give me the apple back, and I'll give you this.
Based on how many times I remember having to watch apples being peeled and cored as a child, visiting different colonial museums and houses, I think that they dealt exclusively in apples.
Yes. Oh,
using like a turning machine. Yeah.
Your whole goddamn day was about apples.
Yeah.
In 1692.
God.
Oh, we got to take the kids. We got to take the kids back to the old town village.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Because I think they're still open right now. We can go on a tour, and it was you will love it so.
I would love to come. I just
watching Zoe kind of gloss over while someone talks to her about how people would scoop peas on a fork. Not a joke. She would literally go like, the tour guide last time we were there, she was like, so they would actually get them on the end of the fork. And I looked at Zoe, and I just saw myself from 30 years ago.
Yeah.
At a different historic village in Connecticut, just trying to like astral project so I could be anywhere else on the planet. You got to see it.
I would love to see it.
You got to see it.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's the best.
And now I'll probably be like,
I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by it. I have no idea where we talked about this or what, but I was talking about it, and like, I'm gonna get this term wrong, but the person who was giving us this miniature tour was like, So then, some of these things that we found, there was like a case and it had like all of these like ceramics that had been reassembled from shattered bits. She goes, some of these we actually found from looking in the night mud pits.
Yeah, it is. It's night dirt or night.
Something like that. And I was like, okay. I instantly knew what she was talking about. I instantly knew what night mud pits were. Again, I'm making up that term today. But then she was like,
it is night something though.
But then she was looking me in the eye. She goes, that's where people would go to the bathroom. I was like, you're right. Yep. I had it. I had it without you putting such a fine point on it. I don't know, man. It was making me laugh. And I couldn't laugh at the moment, but like inside my mind, I was already talking to Allie about it in the car on the way home. Totally. I was already telling you about it later. I was like, the night mud pits. Again, it's not that term. But that's what I would have called it. So good. We're going back. I want to do some history shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, totally.
And for Zoe, it's so funny. Okay.
It's so funny. Ryan and I are going to the cloisters next week.
What's the cloisters?
It's the medieval arm of the Met.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So the stone-crushing death of Giles Corey was overseen by Sheriff Corwin.
Yeah.
And when people claim that Giles Corey, who, well, like when they, in the witch trials, he was like the only person I think that had abstained.
Yeah.
Like, do you plead guilty or not guilty? He just didn't say either way. And that's why they pressed him with stones to try to press a confession out of him. Supposedly, Giles Corey cursed the town and like cursed people. And our man, High Sheriff Corwin, was like chief among them, one of the people that Giles Corey cursed.
Yeah.
If that happened, which reportedly did not happen. Corwin also callously is said to have used his walking stick to poke Giles Corey's tongue back into his mouth. Because his tongue was lolling out of his mouth as he was being crushed to death. What an
asshole.
Oh, it also, the quote says here, so Corwin callously used his walking stick to poke the tongue back in. A disturbing image.
Well, you got that right.
They're totally right.
Yeah, but I know it is funny. Yes.
A little editorializing
yes.
there. And then in a section that I just labeled what? There's another myth surrounding George Corwin involving Philip English, the wealthiest merchant in Salem, who, along with his wife Mary, was accused of witchcraft. English's wealth was such that he was able to flee to New York City, where he remained until the witchcraft...
New York City?
The Big Apple?
Well,
can you imagine?
I'm doing
High
that
Sheriff Corwin's eyes must have been as large as saucers when he thought about the Big Apple.
Yes.
I'd like to confiscate that apple.
Yes.
All right, sorry.
But I'm doing that Pace Picante sauce commercial.
Would you believe? I have no idea what that Pace Picante sauce commercial is.
Don't you remember there used to be a commercial where it'd be a bunch of people eating salsa and they'd be like, oh, we got this from New York City or something. And they'd all be like, New York City? That's where this salsa came from?
Is it because they were shocked that New York
that it could be so good,
such tasty salsa?
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe you don't remember.
This feels like a dud of a commercial.
Iconic.
It was huge for you. What was this, like a Super Bowl commercial?
It was a series. This happened over and over again. Yes.
Mom, when's the Pace Picante commercial going to be back? I can't wait to see the next iteration of the Pace Picante.
It happened over and over.
Commercial.
Someone knows what I'm talking about. I know that they do. I'm sorry.
Because she was like, we got to tape the Pace Picante commercials for Kristen. She loves them. I don't know. We got a weird kid. We got a devil baby. I don't know what to tell you.
Let the next one be a devil.
Got a real dud on our hands. Yep. And here I am. I'm the next one. All right. So
sorry
anyway,
about that.
This dude fled to New York City where he escaped judgment. Okay. Upon his return to Salem, he discovered that George Corwin had confiscated his belongings.
Oh, God. This guy's
Corwin is like this dude, English. He fled to New York City, but he was trying to flee judgment or whatever. He took his home, his warehouses, his wharves, and his shop. Furious at the degradation of his life's work, English sued Corwin repeatedly for years in an effort to regain his property. Ultimately, Corwin died before English had obtained any satisfaction from his legal efforts. All right. So to recap.
Yes.
Corwin stole this man's stuff.
Yeah.
The man starts suing Corwin.
Down to apples and corn.
Because I'm assuming, partly because the High Sheriff Corwin is a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
Of all these judges.
Right.
He's got like my 3 dads and they're all judges or whatever.
Yeah.
This case is never satisfied. It never has a culmination, and eventually Corwin dies. Mm-hmm. So what do? The most sensible thing, English went so far as to threaten to steal Corwin's corpse and hold it for ransom. While most scholars believe that this theft did not actually happen, legends grew. This tale is often retold, saying that English did steal the body, or that Corwin was buried in his basement for years, for fear he would be stolen from his grave. So, give me my stuff back, all right? Well, I'm keeping the body.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal the body until you give me my apples back. It didn't happen, but that's part of this legend of the house now. Okay, so I wrote, what's with the haunting? Now we'll go to ghostcitytours.com. There have been multiple accounts, Kristen, of people experiencing a choking sensation on the second floor of the George Corwin house. On one such occasion, a visitor was upstairs when all of a sudden he felt an invisible force encircle his throat and squeeze.
Oh, God. Well, that's terrible.
Confusingly, I think there was a claim that George Corwin was such an evil man, such a horrible high sheriff.
Yeah.
I think it was said that he did choke people.
Okay.
Which is why now people are experiencing the choking sensation.
It's not shocking.
Air became harder to take in, and he later swore in a book written by Robert Cahill called Ghostly Haunts that his throat had closed up immediately. So that's one of the hauntings, is George Corwin himself. Another supposed haunting is by what GhostCityTours.com referred to as, quote, the warlock Giles Corey.
What? Okay.
You know that warlock?
Yeah.
Who's pressed with stones?
Weird.
He's now remembered on this website as the warlock Giles Corey.
Yowie.
Who wouldn't plead one way or the other. He's remembered as the warlock.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, according to Ghost City Tours, books get yanked from shelves. There are cold spots in otherwise warm rooms, and candles can be found in a pool of wax, which is what happens to candles.
Yeah.
And then they do say the candles were never set aflame. Well, okay.
So what's their point?
Candles melt.
Strange that they melted?
Yeah, I guess.
Could it have been hot?
Sure. I'm sure it could have been.
Yeah.
All are said to be signs that Giles Corey's ghost has not yet crossed over to the other side. I don't know why this is a particularly Giles Corey thing to do.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I wonder if it's honestly because Giles Corey is such a recognizable name.
Oh, the warlock Giles Corey?
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure
I think it just boils down to that.
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know, just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is what seems to be like the big one, so to speak. In the 1980s, so now we're jumping ahead like 300 years.
Yeah.
In the 1980s, the house is repurchased by Carlson Realty, who was hosting a massive holiday party when one of the employees snapped a quick Polaroid photo. Shaking it, Carlson expected to see the image of a light-haired woman enjoying the party. I'm going to put on the screen now for all of you what instead was captured in the image.
While William is pulling that up, I just want to note that the support for the Pace Picante commercial is resounding.
I'm going to ban you all.
And also, apparently, this has been referenced on an episode years ago. I'm going to guess it was me.
What the hell?
Sorry, everyone. But thank you very much for the support.
Michelle, how can you recall that Kristen referenced a Pace Picante commercial years ago?
So stupid.
I appreciate our audience, but this is going too far. You will all be banned from enjoying this program forthwith.
Just everybody who's not with us live, listeners out there, I just want you to know, oh my God, the support for me resounding.
I just put an image of a goddamn ghost on the screen, and everyone's talking about commercials and salsa.
Nobody's interested. And by the way,
AJ Dub says, I vividly remember this commercial. There's a ghost on your screen.
Debbie says it was a City Slicker commercial with cowboys at a campfire, and they roast one of the slickers for the salsa from being from New York City. Yeah. And me referencing it was how Michelle learned about the commercial in the first place.
Wow, that must have been a big day. Well, none of you get to see the goddamn ghost anymore. I just removed the ghost from the screen. I'm not putting it in the cover art. That's what I would typically do. If there's something of note that we looked at, I usually put it in the cover art. You don't get to say, I'm going to push. The cover of this episode is going to be a jar of paste picante sauce. Salsa.
I know. Now I'm not so sure if it's salsa or sauce.
Well, it
must be salsa.
A tragedy. This is horrible.
No, let me see the ghost. Or witch. Please, for everybody's sake.
I want to hear an apology first.
I will not apologize.
Fine.
Are you insane?
Fine.
Now bring the witch.
All right, here's the witch.
Okay, great.
All right.
We won, everybody.
The witch, okay. God damn it. The Witch of Joshua Ward House, this says. This came from facebook.com/theparanormalguide. What?
Okay, it looks awesome. It also looks kind of like a selfie I took of myself with like one of those hoods up that has all the fur on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember I took like a really like good like Vogue-y selfie of myself by accident once. It was my profile picture for years. Not dissimilar.
You know, I just want to say, since we don't typically reference the chat a bunch in the episode, but I will say I'm writing down everyone's names. Maggie said, I think the Witch of Joshua Ward House would like some paste picante salsa. This is terrible.
This is awesome.
This is terrible. Anyway.
And also, I think you're right.
That's one way to make peace with the ghosts in your abode.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Want some paste picante salsa? It's from New York City.
Offer them a yeah, the ghost is going to be like, New York City.
Yes. All right. With your permission, may I reference the image of this ghoul?
You may.
All right. I will attempt to do so now. This is a photo that was supposedly taken inside the Joshua Ward / George Corwin house.
Yeah.
And to your point, it looks like someone is just wearing it looks like someone has big frizzy hair.
Yeah, either big frizzy hair or like a major hood of a coat. Probably more big frizzy hair. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Somebody said I think on that Facebook page, they were like, it looks like somebody is like, this was a Christmas party.
Yeah.
That's what they say. In 1981, a Christmas party, Polaroid was taken. It looks like somebody also perhaps standing in front of a wreath.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's a black and white photo, just like purely for the visual. It is what appears to be a woman seemingly smiling, arms straight down at her side, wearing all black with black frizzy hair, huge hair. And they have now described this as, I think, the Black Witch in some places.
And the entire photo is a little bit blurry, so you can't really see like the lines between things. But actually, it looks like you can even see maybe a doorknob or something. So it kind of makes sense.
Oh, you're right.
That she might just be standing in front of a wreath that's on a door, but you can't see any lines of demarcation or anything.
Yeah. So I'll say a few more things. In what was supposed to be a photo of one of the female realtors, a head and shoulders shot, it was actually something quite different. The framing had changed, and now was a wider shot, which showed a rather thin woman in an old-style dark-colored dress with quite wild and frizzy black hair. This was not the same image as what was present in the viewfinder at the time the photo was taken. Most assume the female spirit to be one of the witches George Corwin arrested and imprisoned, and possibly even killed. So that's what people say.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't want to sway things one way or another.
What's about to happen?
My job as a really cool journalist is not to poke holes and everything.
Sure.
But I will say, Singular Fortean, which is a blog, has covered this, and they have pointed out that Julia Tremblay was the employee who supposedly was being photographed.
Okay.
Who had dark hair, and people are even saying that like you can maybe even see her teeth.
The and I think her bangs are hitting at about the same spot.
Yeah. Yep. So could it have possibly been the ghastly image of Julie Tremblay, a living employee who was photographed by somebody with shaky hands.
I think it may have been.
Standing in front of a Christmas wreath.
Yes.
And then this photo was scanned on a black and white scanner, just smushing all of the shadows together to look like scary, frizzy hair.
I think that's entirely possible.
Perhaps you can help solve a mystery. Update.
Yeah.
It's horse shit.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yeah. No, I do too.
But people will still point to this photo as being like the scariest picture or whatever, like the best evidence of a ghost at the George Corwin house. Now, I did take a quick look at what the house has become today, because the whole dealio here is that it eventually was, it's like a historic house in this community in Salem, but it has now been reopened as a hotel.
Okay.
So out of curiosity, I went to look at it. It is called the Merchant Hotel. According to them, quote, "We've never seen or felt her," that ghost, "or anyone else, but we leave that up to you, your senses and your imagination."
Fair enough.
And then I wrote down some of their amenities that they offer.
Ooh.
Okay, so they are sort of playing into like, you might experience ghostly stuff if you stay here. So here are some of the amenities. And some of it's more about like history than anything else, I should say. They're not going to say like, a ghost will rub your feet.
Right,
you know?
right.
But one of the amenities is that...
It just hit me that they don't say a ghost will rub your feet.
Right. Free wireless. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is weird phrasing. A chance to sleep where George Washington slept. Supposedly George Washington slept here once in the 1700s or something.
They list that as an amenity?
That's not an amenity.
No.
It's not an amenity at all.
And also you're saying maybe George Washington slept here?
To sleep. Well, he did sleep there, but you may not sleep in that room.
Right. I'm sorry.
That's not an amenity. That is not. I think someone's trying to pad the amenities list.
Absolutely.
This is an amenity, and I did write it down just because it's important. You do get, if you stay at the Merchant Hotel, waffle kimono robes.
Oh, I love a waffle knit, so okay, I like that.
What's a waffle kimono?
Just a kimono. It's probably a robe that's just made out of waffle knit material.
Kimono seems redundant. Or robe.
Yes, it
Just
does.
say waffle kimono.
Yes,
Although,
I agree.
If without the word robes,
that's kind of a style.
I will be waking up in the morning and be like, I thought I'd be having waffle kimonos for breakfast. Thought there were complimentary waffle kimonos with syrup.
I guess maybe it's like kind of a style, shouting out kimono. I don't know.
Guess, I don't
know.
I also wrote down the room rates. The cheapest room is called the Queen Deluxe.
Okay.
All right, it's $182 a night.
Okay, that's not terrible.
You're never good at this. You often don't even give a guess. I'm just going to ask for the sake of it. The room where George Washington is said to have slept is the George Washington King Deluxe.
Okay.
Hashtag no kings.
No kings.
George Washington King? Get that out of there.
Well, William.
The King Deluxe. What?
Well, you get a queen. It's the bed.
It's the George Washington suite. You don't call it the George Washington King Deluxe.
But
It also sounds like some... also sounds like some horse shit at Burger King.
I think you still have...
Can I get a double George Washington King Deluxe?
I wonder... I don't remember the last... I've never stayed anywhere. Do they just kind of always call him like Queen, King, whatever, so you know what kind of bed you're getting?
It should say President Bed. Anyway.
Okay, how much do I think it is?
Yeah.
I wonder if the George Washington of it all creates like a price bump, because now really maybe you're staying where he stayed.
I know, where he slept, which is like the least interesting thing he can do.
Yeah, totally. I guess he put his wooden dentures on the bedside table where you're putting yours. Is it $240?
No, it's even higher. It's an extra buck. Well, $100. I guess I was trying to be cool for a minute.
So it's like $3 something?
A buck.
Yeah, wow.
$282.94 to stay in the George Washington King Deluxe. If the ghosts don't scare you, the prices will.
I'm terrible at guessing prices.
I know, so am So I was just curious.
Yeah.
And then the final thing that I have to share with you about the George Corwin or Joshua Ward house. Again, not sure who Joshua Ward is or what he did.
Did he just like buy this house and then he put his name on it?
Who knows?
Yeah.
We may never know.
Yeah. No, there's no way.
That's what frightens me.
I know. That's the scariest thing about this entire episode.
Is that I never looked into him.
Right.
So anyway.
And that I never will.
I do have one boots on the ground comment from hauntedplaces.org about this house, which is one of our favorite sources of all time. Felt like the appropriate way to go out. From Evie. Okay? EVP.
Ooh.
Now that would be a cool name for a ghost hunter.
Yeah, it would.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Evie says, I was on a trip to Salem in October. We visited this house at night. I felt such a deep connection with this house for some strange reason, and I couldn't take me eyes off of it.
Okay.
I stared into the windows like I was waiting for something to happen, but nothing ever did.
Wow, 5 stars.
Weird. Weird.
Weird.
I never saw anything. Weird.
Weird that they left that as, like, I'm surprised they were even compelled to write anything.
Who leaves a recollection of nothing happening?
Yeah. Interesting.
So anyway, that's the George Corwin.
Also, EVP is a really good name for like a ghost hunter or whatever, but I would like it to be EVPEE. So it's just kind of like,
your last name is like
why
urine?
did you make it that?
EVP.
Yeah, ew. It's like mixed. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Great.
my haunted house.
Great.
So
yeah, who do you feel has the most haunted house out of these two? Let's see.
I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Mine seems to be rooted in some deep history.
Yes.
Okay, of grisly events that transpired.
Yeah.
Aside from the history, it's mostly like, a book moved. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yours, it's like there's a devil baby in the house.
Yeah.
There's a portal to hell. And
yeah.
I think Hull House, for me, is the obvious crusher.
I guess so. Yeah, yours is like history heavy, but then like the haunting seems light.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Hull House does have the edge, but at the same time, it's just like, well, where the hell these things come from, though?
Yes.
So it's haunting heavy, but story light as far as where, for example, the Fountain Girls came from or the portal to hell originated from. But even so,
Yeah, who knows? But that's what they say. Somebody says there's a portal to hell in the Fountain Girls or whatever.
We'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think Hull House is the winner for me.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, what say you? Feel free to drop your thoughts on Discord or online. We're at GTTUpod if you want to tag us.
Yep.
We would love it if you would consider sharing the show, spread the word if you enjoyed it, if you enjoy hauntings and stuff.
Yeah, leave us a review. That would be great.
Oh, love the reviews. You can write a written review on Apple Podcasts. We may read it in a future episode or leave stars on Spotify.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/GTTUpod is the singular best way to support us and get access to the Netherworld Dispatch if you're on the Ghost, Banshee, or Demon tiers. And if you enjoyed this episode, consider going to scaryfun.fun/most-haunted, and you can hear these other times where Kristen and I have pitted haunted houses against one another. I would love to do some sort of a tiered voting system or something and let like the audience also have their shot.
Yeah.
You and I have our votes.
Of course.
Let them vote as well. And then I think we've got all the most haunted houses.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll cover other haunted houses, but I think the most haunted houses in America, we've got our list.
Absolutely.
I just have to pull it together. I'm sure I'll do it swiftly.
I mean, I can do it too, and I'm sure that I also will.
I'm sure that will happen. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We hope that you had a good time. If you'd like to, you can also follow us individually.
Yep, I'm at Chillin' Kristen.
I'm at The Myth Traveler. So we'll be back next week to talk about more freaky deaky things and
the
maybe
crap we will
places.
cover.
The junk and crap we will cover will astound you. But until that time comes, we must travel.
Back to the netherworld go we. Goodbye.
You know, is next week also the last episode in September?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God, which means it's just about time to reveal our October plan.
Uh-huh. Right around the bend.
Right around the bend. Are we revealing it next week or do we reveal it in October itself?
I don't know. What have we done in past years? I kind of was thinking we'd reveal it next week, but I'm open.
I say let's just reveal it next week then.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned and you know what? Stay scared.